Tiếp theo sẽ là thí sinh Huỳnh Thị Mỹ Hiền đến từ trường Đại học Y Dược Thành phố Hồ Chí Minh với chủ đề Acupuncture, a traditional but modern healing technique.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mỹ HIền and I'm from University of Medicine and Pharmacy at Hồ Chí Minh City. Today, I bring for you a special story, and I hope that it would be useful for all of us today. Firstly, let's imagine that I was my mother, a 60-year-old woman. Every day, my mom goes around the house, and with this, she learns of everything, like this. And also, she wants to lose weight. Therefore, she dances a lot, like this. And after those activities, she gets hurt almost her body, her arms, her legs, her neck, and also her back. Normally, when people get pain, they will use oral medication to reduce the pain. But my mother doesn't like them because of their side effects. Therefore, she turns for my help, a doctor of traditional medicine. So, what can I do to help my mom in these cases, as well as other patients? I use acupuncture. Usually, when people think of acupuncture, they will think of the large and sharp needles. But actually, we just use the smaller and thinner ones, like this, which doesn't get the patient get hurt. And with the Asian philosophy, they say that when people get hurt, that means our energy in the body get blocked. And when we use acupuncture, we can help the energy release, and therefore the patient can recover rapidly. How about the modern medicine? Do they agree with the Asian philosophy, which is about 3,000 years old? Luckily, we have many research have proven that the acupuncture can increase the level of endocrine significantly, and therefore it helps the body can feel more comfortable and more relaxed. Therefore, the patient reduce faster. And I hope that you will enjoy acupuncture, which is a traditional but modern healing technique of Vietnam. And thank you for watching.
Xin cảm ơn bạn và xin mời ban giám khảo.
At the last point, you said acupuncture is a traditional method of Vietnam. Is true? I think it's from Chinese.
Yes, it's originally from China.
Okay.
But when we use acupuncture in Vietnam, we turn it to it appropriate for the patient in Vietnam.
So what the difference?
So normally when we use the therapies, we use similar therapies, but we apply to each patient, especially in Vietnam. We have special cases. We have the particular cases for Vietnam, and therefore we use different techniques. So that in Vietnam, people tend to think that where we pain, we need to use the acupuncture and that pain. And Vietnamese doctors do that for Vietnamese patients. But according to the Chinese therapy, they use different therapy. They use acupuncture in other parts of the body to reduce the pain in different regions. That's the difference.
Okay, so can I try it later on
Yes,
after the show?
Of course. The acupuncture can help to reduce the pain, not only in your arms, in your legs. They also help you to reduce the headache, the back pain, and also with the patient had the facial paralysis or after the stroke, they have the sparalysis, they can use acupuncture also. Especially with the scientists, they usually get stressed. You can use acupuncture to reduce the stress, and especially it can get you have a good sleep at night.
So if this technique is very good, but how do you think about its popularity in Vietnam? So there are a lot more and more people want to use this, or the people want to, if they want to go to spa or some other, or if they have some sick, they go to the medical center.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Actually, that we use acupuncture in the medical center. That is the Faculty of Traditional Medicine of University of Pharmacy and Medicine of Ho Chi Minh City. And you know that the last decade, when the Western medicine has very development, and people tend to use the Western medicines. But recently, when the Western medicine have too much side effects, like we have the inflammation of the liver or the stomach ache, people turn to the traditional medicine. And with the help of acupuncture, we can reduce the side effect, at least. We can have the same result with the Western medicine. Yeah.
So any side effect for acupuncture?
Yes. Actually, we hardly ever seen a side effect of acupuncture, but with the patient, they scare about the pain when the needle pricks into their skin. They will easy to lower their blood pressure, and therefore, the doctors have to put out of all the needles, take the patient on a rest, and therefore they will recover. Just some cases. Yes, just to see small cases. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have no question. Is acupuncture approved in the US or in Europe?
Yes, luckily that acupuncture is now used broadly all around the world. You can say that every month we still have a team of from Western country come to our faculty to study about acupuncture, especially with the army. You know that when we go to soldiers, went to our army, and they have to fight, if they have not enough the reducing pain drugs, they have to use the undrugged medication. And at that time, acupuncture is the best way. And in the whole world, acupuncture also used in the surgeon to help the patient that allergy to the reducing pain to get the surgeon go on. Yeah.
And the last question, I see acupuncture on the movie that you can kill one person just by acupuncture is the same as in here. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Because I see on movie and also read from the Chinese traditional method that they said that at that some point and some part of your body, and if you acupuncture you will kill the person. Is it correct?
Actually, that is not the truth.
Okay, thank God.
If we just use the needle on the patient's skin, we just have the patient recover. And in the movie, you can see that they use a lot of energy to make the needles go through the skin into the brain of the patient. And that at time, maybe it will kill the patient.
Okay.
Go inside the brain. Yeah.
I have one question. We all know that in the countryside there are a lot of doctor, some worker, they can use the acupuncture. Is there any difference between the doctor in the countryside and the doctor trained or educated in the university?
Yes, it has a little bit different. The doctor in the countryside, they study the knowledge from their parents, from the grandparents, and therefore they just treat for the patient by their experience. But when we study in a university, we study all of the therapies and the theories that need to treat the patient well, especially that it will fit to each individuals. And therefore it's better when we use just experience for the patients.
Cảm ơn ban giám khảo và cảm ơn bạn rất là nhiều.